All right, we here. ¿Qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que?
We got a special guest in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yo te como the Breakfast Club. We got DaVinci in the house.
You know what time it is.
You know, DaVinci, you've been doing your thing. Also, Black Rose came back. Tú sabes, like we had such a fun. Matter of fact, we shot the other episode yesterday, and we shot another one today.
So fun.
You know, and so DaVinci, you killing the game.
And I'm trying.
You're doing it.
Your stand-up is hilarious. We did a couple of shows together.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been enjoying your fucking growth and like just having you back in the city, man. It's been amazing,
happy.
bro. It's been amazing having you here.
What I love is coming back here is like not only meeting you, but like being with Tom, like the whole crew, like seeing Dominicans.
Yeah, no, like we're really trying to put on for the culture right now. Like we're pushing forward, so it's amazing to see everybody get along and like kind of be.
There's hardly any beef. There's no beef.
I mean, not amongst
between
us necessarily, but you know, there's always little shit around there.
Yeah, I think we should start a beef with somebody. Who should we?
What, like rappers and shit?
No, like at least another comedian. I vote Vladimir Camaño. What do you guys think? I think he's funny.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't compliment somebody.
I was actually watching this shit earlier, man. He's actually mad funny.
He is really funny, but I gotta start a beef with him.
Yeah. Vamos a hablar de él entonces mal. Es estúpido.
Nah,
mentira. Te queremos de gratis.
No, I mean like we're not like I know like artists like mostly like rappers they be having beef and like let's take shots. It's not really like that with us.
Yeah.
But there are people that probably feel the type of way about some of the younger comedians coming up, and
which is sad.
Which is not necessarily.
Let's talk about that
great.
today.
But
I don't know if I want to pinpoint too much on it, but it's just
a little bit. How do you feel?
I don't know. Like I just like, and I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, but one thing that I try to pride myself on is just going off energy with people, and I feel your energy is off because of some type of growth that I'm having that you feel like I owe you for.
Yeah,
that's a little weird, man.
Yeah. So who are we talking about?
Nah, I mean it's just, man. Like I just feel like I know like a lot of people were comedians before us, stand-up comedians before us, and we have watched these guys grow, and that's why I give guys like Tommy his fucking flowers all the fucking time.
Shout out to Tommy.
Tommy, like he's one of my favorite fucking people in the world because I watched him do comedy when I was playing basketball. I didn't even think I was gonna be a comedian.
Yeah.
And the second that I started doing comedy, he'll reach out, he'll try to put me on shows, he'll try to like have me a part of La Factoria. Like that man, like you feel me? Like he didn't just look at it as, okay, these guys are coming up and they owe me this. He actually tried to help us and put us in situations to kind of win. So I always try to give him his flowers because he's one of the selective few that I feel like he cares about the youth. And he does be
happy and proud.
And like him, like guys like Chris Grant, who I always take his plate aside because he's somebody that's like one of my mentors. He's helped me so much, bro. And he's somebody that's been doing comedy for a long time. But these are actual guys that like you feel like they're happy for you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily come from...
Is it the authenticity? You feel the energy, the authenticity.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
You just feel like the love is different. Like when somebody dishes out of love with actual genuine love, you feel it opposed to when there's like a little bit of darkness.
Yeah.
And like pushed into that love, I don't know, I guess. This is weird, bro. It's like a weird outcome.
Tú eres brujo. Tú eres medio brujo también. Que
nah, I
tú
mean,
sientes la vaina.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like I feel energy, and I feel like when shit is not genuine, and I just...
So what is it that got you into comedy? Because I'm like, I feel like, you came out of nowhere.
Yo, bro, so I've been doing content for like 12, 13 years.
Yo, I met him. Like
I was doing like minor content, like just ranting on my phone and stuff. Yeah. But I was in school, bro. I went to college late, like at 25.
Okay.
And that's when I kind of like picked up the niche, being bored in my dorm room and stuff like that after school or practice, and I would just rant about situations, anything that was relevant at the time.
Y bailando con tu mamá, eso la vaina que me encantaba.
Dancing video, that was my niche.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I seen you at the club dancing.
You too, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Baila.
Este se pone una tinta y una vez comienza a dar golpe cintura.
Tú sabes.
Nah, pero when I was in college, like I was 25. I was still pursuing basketball, like trying to play professionally, but I was getting older, and then the pandemic happened. Something that really like changed my whole perspective of life and like just made me want to go into a whole different career, which was comedy. my best friend passed away.
Thanks,
He passed away at 32
Yeah.
years old. He was super young.
Rest in peace.
He rest in peace. May God rest his soul. He was just so full of life, and he did so many things in life. And he taught me that I was used to literally pursue basketball, but he was somebody that he tried to pursue so many things at once because he felt like you're able to tap in different type of elements and like be good at these things. And like he just opened my eyes, and I don't know, like after he passed away, I was like at this really dark place, and the only thing that kind of like shift me away from like thinking negatively or like just being in that thought process was laughing. And I had mad followers like reach out like, you should do stand up, you should do stand up, you should do stand up. And then guys like Justin Silva, green
Oh,
hair,
Justin. I love
like,
Justin.
I keep
Justin
hearing
and
Justin
his girl.
Silva.
Justin
Justin Silva is the Tyler told me about him. It's the Puerto Rican
kid.
I believe he's Puerto Rican and Dominican, guys.
Yeah?
He's half and half.
I think he's Puerto Rican. I think his parents are Puerto Rican. I know his stepdad.
Yo creo que yo le pregunté una vez.
I'm not sure.
Know.
I don't want to be wrong.
We'll probably
But
bring him in one of these days.
He's
Yeah.
amazing, bro. He's an amazing individual, and he's one person that told me like, bro, why you don't do stand up comedy? I feel like you could do it. And then Mike, Free the World, the CEO of Rumble in the Bronx, he had his own comedy show going on.
One
Where
night
he would just
stand.
bring new influencers that were trying out comedy and stuff like that. So he gave me a chance. I did that, and I never looked back, bro. It's the best thing I've done.
I love that more. I see it like this. Like it's like I always think about Dominican Revolution. I want to create a Dominican Revolution in the sense that we all playing a part.
Yeah.
And we're funny people. Like how can we elevate the culture past any negativity that's put on top of us? Because I think we need to show the beauty of who we are as of people.
Yeah, we're actually an amazing, and it's not just because I am Dominican or you guys are. We're an amazing culture, bro. Like it's an amazing culture to like get to see and to like get to experience. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
like, we have to kind of change the
everybody
dynamic.
is playing a role. You playing a role. You know, Mr. Nueva York. We got Marcelo, Ian,
Radell.
Radell.
Like there's so many guys that are really trying to.
Guys,
like,
and isn't it dope that these are all our friends?
Oh yeah.
Like that's why I'm like so kind of like I'm so happy that things are going the way that are going because it's like everybody got their own niche.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody's like, we'll feed off each other, but we all have our own necessarily. Like, I don't like to say fan base because I feel like a lot of us aren't there yet, but we have a lot of supporters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like we all have our own niche of supporters. And like, I feel like these people really appreciate what we do, and that's why it's amazing when we have shows together that we're able to pack these places out because they get to see all these
all of us, everybody coming together at once.
And then when they see us, the relationship that we have, they see like, oh, these guys are actually boys.
They're working
really
together.
like
they
each
actually
other.
like each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's amazing to see, bro. I'm really happy and I'm really excited to see what happens, like as far as like the Dominican culture.
The Dominican Revolution. I call it the Dominican Revolution.
Mira, en el corazón lo llevo
I understand
siempre.
we say DR, but when I hear DR, I hear Dominican Revolution.
I agree, bro.
And it's because we need to bring. I think we're done knocking on doors.
Yeah,
we're not here to knock on nobody's door.
Yeah.
We're here to build. We're Dominicans. We could build anything.
We'll build the whole building.
We could build the whole building. We could build a
sure.
car. And we don't need to knock on your door because we'll build the fucking door.
And like honestly, like thinking about it like that, like just the Dominican Revolution in general, like just the country, the culture, like we've been getting like so broadcasted out because the tourism in DR is like probably number one right now.
Yes,
it's booming.
If you like watch shows now, Netflix shows, TV shows, the movies, some of it is getting filmed in DR.
Yeah.
They're referencing the Dominican Republic for a lot of things. So as a culture, I feel like we've grown a lot from where we were at. And we're just going to continue to grow. And I'm just excited to see everybody be a part of it.
We're getting casted more.
Yeah. 100%.
We're getting cast. You guys saw like all the Dominicans in Love Island?
Yeah.
¿Te vieron eso?
That's what I'm saying.
Hizo Kenny la cago para nosotros.
Yeah.
Kenny
But yeah, it's amazing to see, man, like the growth of the culture. Because I knew that we always had that potential. It's just we had like a negative ass light on us.
Yeah,
like, especially
it comes and go, but I feel like I know there's a negative light there, and there was negative lights before, like before I started, pero like they was talking about us when it came to the Haitian, there was a massive Haitian deportation, right? And that was kind of casting a negative light on Dominicans at that time, and that's when I was like, oh wait. When it came to the internet, people just saw Dominican as something negative because of that.
Yeah.
And when I went into Pero Like, I was like, oh shit. If there was no Tommy, there would be no me and Pero Like, right? So we're like, in the beginning, I was like, let me make content that shows us in a different light of who we are.
Right.
And then I did ignore a lot of the negative comments because there was a lot of negative comments coming. Even when I first started doing Pero Like videos, they were like, yo, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about the Haitian relationship with Dominican Republic? But the thing is, I also not qualified to even talk about it.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, if I don't really have much knowledge or like wisdom in the topic, I'm not gonna give my opinion.
Exactly.
Because that's the one thing I've learned. Like, you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah.
Because once you say
But
something,
very
or once
intentional
you write
when we
something and
speak,
it's out
right?
there,
We have
you
to
might not
be.
even have a bad intention of saying the things that people might portray that you're saying.
I think we live in a culture that I feel like we look at influencers, right? And then we also look at celebrities and we're like, why are you not saying anything about this? I don't give a fuck about half of these people what they're saying. Who cares about what Lil Wayne has to say about Black Lives Matter or DJ Khaled has to say about, you see what I'm saying? Like these people, like nobody looks at them for their ideals or their views. Like let them be the entertainer that they came up to be. Now to put that pressure, it's kind of crazy to me. But it's I feel like it's normal now in a sense.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's the being in the public eye, I guess people and us, because I'm going to say us because we also are consumers. Sometimes we'll look at things and we're like, oh, why isn't this person speaking up about it? Why?
Yeah.
And it's hard to try to please everyone, right? You just have to find that balance. And I think I've seen you do it. You do have that balance that you speak about certain things. And like you just said, if you don't know too much about it, you might shy away from it. But a seed was planted that might make you want to search that history. So I don't see everything as, oh, that's just good, that's just bad. I feel like it's just all necessary for the evolution of all of us, one way or another.
I agree.
That's how I see it. I try to stay very balanced with those topics and understand both sides.
I do agree. I do agree that we need to have these conversations either way.
No matter how hard, because the hardest conversations are the more important ones, bro. And people like hate to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is something that you got to kind of get accustomed to now, bro. Like, you got to be uncomfortable and try to find comfortability in something that you're uncomfortable about, even if it's. How do I put this? And not to sound crazy, like people will be uncomfortable. Let's say, like, somebody that you need to have a conversation about responsibility.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they would be uncomfortable because you're bringing something that will benefit them if they fucking sit there and listen about what the hell you was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just looking at it as, oh, no, you're coming at me.
Yeah. I feel like I say comfort is the enemy of progress.
Yeah, bro, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
bro.
and accountability 100%. Is what...
And we're lacking accountability right now.
A lot of people lack accountability.
Like, nobody wants
I know motherfuckers that got the potential to be like, but they lack accountability.
Yo he dejado amigo y amiga por eso.
Yo, like, it's crazy.
No, for real.
Like,
because
I know people that have like so much potential,
good.
and it's like they don't like to take the accountability or the responsibility when they're wrong, or like just when somebody is trying to like show you something. Like, I'm like, my pops always since a little kid, like, if I had an adult talking to me and I wasn't listening, you best to believe this man was about to flip on me.
Yeah, damn it, like
because
that.
that man is older than you, so even if you're not gonna use nothing that he's saying,
yeah,
right now, listen, because that might help you later.
That might help you. Yeah.
If you don't need it, scrap it up, throw it away, right? I mean,
I think we're also missing that culturally now.
Yeah, no, we don't have that no more.
We don't have that no more. I think when I was a kid, it was normal to be like, oh, I'm outside, or I'm hanging out with older guys and I'm learning and they're schooling me, like the old heads. I don't think this generation has that.
Guys, we are those older people that got us.
Nah, but this is the difference, though.
Yo soy el tío ahora.
This is the difference, though. Like, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. Growing up in New York, like around the 90s and like the early 2000s, the older people like that were on your neighborhood, they were helping raise you too.
Yeah.
So even if your mom wasn't home, ven a comer, que yo hice par de alitas más. Or why you outside so late? It's dark already. Go upstairs. You feel what I'm saying?
Your
like,
mom is gonna trip out.
Yeah. Or
I remember. Like I got my hat stolen once by this kid. Like and one of the drug dealers fucking chased him down the block, like couple of blocks. And this nigga, he was a runner. Like, he was a runner. He chased him like 2-3 blocks to get my fucking hat back. And then the kid never fucked with me ever again. He was like, oh, this dude knows the drug dealer.
Yeah, like, no, like, I remember that. Like, I literally remember, like, I would be outside, it would get dark, it would start getting dark. And there's this guy in my block, his name was Tony. It's like the honcho on my block, right?
Yeah.
Fuck are you guys doing outside?
Yeah.
And we're like, you're not even my father. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, nah. Let's walk to the building right now. You're not going to intercom. Yo, I'm sending your kids out right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. I remember once I was drunk.
Like, who the hell is Tony?
It's like that. I remember once I was drunk with my boys. I was like drinking in my crib, and I was like, let me walk my boy to the train station. But I was fucked up. And then I saw like one of my dad's friends was like one of the drug dealers from like 145th. Like he was short as shit though, but scary.
The short one was the toughest one.
He was stocky as shit.
I already knew that he was gonna be stocky.
He's like, yo, what the fuck you doing at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning? And you're drunk, nigga. I'm like, this nigga gonna fuck me up. Nigga, you better go home right now. And I was like, está bien, tío. And then everybody's your tío.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yo, and our parents would beat us if we did something. I don't know. A mí me daban.
Nah, I'm telling you, like, I remember, like, I literally remember, I grew up on 178 in Audubon, bro.
Yeah.
And then we moved to the Bronx, like, when I was, like, 6. But my mom, she had 5 boys, you feel me? So it's easy. Ese nieve, permiso. Ese nieve, la mujer que tiene los 5 varones. It's easy to see that, right?
Yeah.
So, like, she would make really good friends with vecinos and people that own the store or whatever the case is. And, like, she always raises como with manners. Like, you go to the store, muchas gracias, le aguantaba la puerta, like, always like that. So, siempre no veían como muchachos respetuosos.
Sí.
But whenever we was outside doing something that we weren't supposed to do, they had so much respect from our parents that they would call my mother, your son is in the corner wilding.
Bruh.
Venga a buscarlo.
I remember.
Dámelo una galleta, dámelo un correazo.
Sí.
And your vecina will give you a correazo.
Sí.
Like, what you doing? Tu mamá me mandó.
Tu mamá.
And you go home about to snitch on her. Like, yo, ma, this lady, she was like, yo la mandé. That don't happen.
I remember.
There's a lot of disrespect with these
I remember. Why is this shit sounding all over the damn place? Make sure we put our phones on silent.
Money is.
A mí me jumpearon one day, my aunt, my grandmother, and my mom, because I came home late from the library in elementary. Jumpea. Y eso fue media hora nada más, porque instead of going straight home, I walked my friend home first.
Oh, man.
And then I went home, y yo llegué, y eso era las 3. Tú sabes que 3 manos con artritis dándote a ti. Así fue, y yo en el piso. Y yo, ay, mami, my cousin said, dejen a Rosy. Y yo en el piso ahí, y mami, ¿te quiere morir? Y después se puso a darme más because I was on the floor trying to catch my breath.
Nah,
that's hilarious.
Coming home late from the library, jumped.
God damn. Just for coming home late from the library.
Never again did it. I never did it again.
Like, I remember we would do stuff and like in the midst of doing the shit that we not supposed to be doing, I would look at my brother like, boy, if mommy found out right now, it's lit for no, I'm andar para Santo Domingo, obligado.
I remember once I got in a fight with a drug dealer at 145th, right?
Oh, no.
And it was for something stupid. My girl was like walking in front of me, like we were like, you ever got into it with your girl?
Yeah, está caminando delante de ti.
And she was walking right in front of me. I'm fucking mad. She's mad at me, and some dude started hollering at her in front of me. Y yo dije, yo, mama, and I just like I just let it loose. Like, yo, mamá, tú no ves que yo estoy con ella. Él no vio que estaba conmigo.
Yeah, pues
He's like, no.
Tú le tienes 10 pasos atrás.
And she was, as a matter of fact, she was taller than me, so there's no way he could have seen me behind her. Salió Mighty Mouse behind her. ¿Qué fue lo que tú dijiste? I feel bad now, because I was like, I didn't even think.
Yo, chill.
I feel bad. That bitch was 5'9". I'm
¿Tú no ves
like,
que ella anda conmigo?
tú no ves que está conmigo.
Ah, no, bro, que están.
You
No.
came and see
I thought you were her
dude.
little
It's a
brother.
different block.
Bro, and I remember, like, tú verás, I'll be back. And then, you know, like, when you're young, like, you're, like, 18, 19, you don't have that. There's no, that fear factor of somebody that might be bigger than you. There might be
Eso
three.
no existe.
Eso no existe. It could be 5 niggas, and there's
Eso
only you.
no existe.
There's this thing that you don't think about, like, you could die.
Bro,
Consequences.
nah, honestly, like, trust me, I know what you mean,
Right?
bro. Y más cuando te gusta la chori, que tú crees que esa es la mujer de tu vida. It's over.
Nigga, I dropped her off or whatever. Nigga, I took the train all the way to Fremont. Oh, yeah. Do you know how mad you got to be that I took the train from 145th to Fremont, dropped off at work, and then from the Fremont back, I was like, yo, I'm going to go and fight this nigga. I took the train back from all over there because I'm going to...
Con eso en la mente,
fight
like...
him. And I walked out of the train. Somebody tapped me on my shoulder. It was my boy that just got out of jail. I was like, yo, what's up, my nigga? He's like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Yeah, I'm about to go and get in a fight. He's like, say no more. I'm like...
I thought he was gonna help him stop.
Like, yo, bro, I think you're gonna talk me out of this shit. Like, tú me vas a dejar.
I was waiting. I was like, nigga, you're not gonna ask why or I think talk me out of it.
Tú
I'm
me
like,
vas a dejar que yo me faje.
go ahead, you want to get
That's hilarious.
He's like, say no more. I'm dead.
So I'm going with you.
Nigga, I went.
¿Quién es?
I went over there. I was walking, and that nigga saw me from far away. Yeah, he expected me. I went, and he was sitting down. I went, what? And he fell off his chair, and then his boy was about to jump in, and then my boy came out of nowhere. He's like, what, you gonna get in this? He was like, yo, están peleando por mujeres, you know, mete.
I cannot.
But I remember I went across the street. I was like, yo, like this dude kept grabbing the chair and throwing it at me. I'm like, nigga, let's fight. I'm like, hand to hand, let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stand up. I'm like, I don't need to use nothing, no weapons, no chairs, no nothing, because I'm a man. And then I was a kid. I was just dumb. I was just stupid. And I walked into the hardware store. I'm like, yo, and I went to get, I got in the hardware store. They had a bat.
Oh my! I'm like, what are you getting in the hardware? I saw.
I'm like, I'm gonna get a bat. I'm gonna beat this nigga. These niggas keep grabbing the chair. I'm like, I'm gonna go grab the bat. That was my mentality. And I went right out to grab the bat. I was with the bat walking out, and one of the dudes that was running the whole thing came up to me. And he was like, "Ven acá." He was a big Dominican nigga, like rough nigga. I was like, "Ven acá." And that nigga looked scary too. I was like, I had my bat. I was like, "Dímelo." And then he was like, yo conozco a tu papá. And I was like,
Ay.
he was like, me deja eso ahora mismo. You know, yo veo que tú viniste y le diste a ese tigre. No sé qué es lo que pasó. Dije, él trató de hablar con la mujer mía, yo tengo que defenderme. Y dije, pues, te vas para tu casa. Ya yo no quiero más problemas. Me estás poniendo el bloque caliente.
Caliente, no, es otra
And it's
vaina
true. I'm like, yo,
ahora.
like, I'm fucking up with their
And
money.
you knew that too.
I knew that.
That was something que se... Yo, you making the block hot.
I'm
boy.
making the block.
that's
I
a
already
phrase.
knew
That's
it.
like a
That was like
phrase.
something that you don't do. Like,
Yo, and I remember the dude came outside. He had a bigger bat than I had a softball bat. This nigga had a baseball bat. He's like, man, yo está aquí. Like, how this nigga got the bat bigger than mine?
Buscaste el cuarto bate que tú estabas
él subió a
buscando.
su casa, fue.
Y dijo, la próxima que tú pases por aquí te voy a matar a palo. Y dije, yo paso por aquí todo el día. Y dije, the dude walked with me y yo, cállate. Y yo like, está bien.
Loco, uno pasaba vaina por mujeres,
Nigga.
bro. Por mujeres.
And then later on that night, my uncle showed up. Like, that nigga used to run that shit 145th. And he rolled up. He's like, que te metiste en una pelea con este tigre. Y dije, sí, es que estaba hablando con él. Está bien, yo hablo con él entonces. And I don't know what happened with the dude, but like, every day I walked by the block like, ¿dónde está este tigre? like a dumbass.
Que uno estaba en eso, era.
Uno está...
When you young, bro, I feel like your adrenaline and everything that just pump you. You be like, yo, bro, what we gonna die today? Let's die.
But why
die.
is it?
Yeah,
Yo
yeah.
creo que
Like,
son
I
los
don't know what the
hombres. Why
hell,
you
what
like
the
that?
hell.
Why y'all get so mad? Y como
Not
que-
even with like, I'm not even
Is it ego?
like, it's just, I feel like you're young and like, you just don't give a fuck. like
I feel like y'all know what's up.
like it's just like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like kids now, like I feel bad for the youth now because everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
The thing that I was scared more of the most when I used to get into a fight was like, this motherfucker might be wearing breast knuckles.
Yeah.
That's the only shit. Or they might stab.
Or they might stab you. Or they used to have, I don't know if y'all remember, they used to have the razors in
The
their
razors.
mouth.
Yeah, like they used to slice your face
They
and
used to
stuff.
slice
Like
your
we
face.
came from that
They
era.
still doing that though, by the way.
But I'm saying, like we came from that era. Like I remember, like for most Halloweens, you weren't allowed to wear a certain color.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to be outside till late. Cause
Word.
like past like dusk, it was getting nasty.
You remember they used to ask you like what time it is? And they would slice your face?
Bro, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like
360s.
yo, I remember my mom, bro. She had this big ass red trench coat,
Yeah.
and this shit was like a Parazuco trench coat.
Yeah.
That brand in the 90s was like it.
Okay.
And my brother's dad bought her this jacket, and every time she wore it, bro, I used to be nervous because I used to be in the street with her, like. And it was me and like two of my brothers, and and it was a fly ass jacket, but it was all red.
Bruh.
And I was like, yo, we lucky we live in the Heights.
Yeah. Because it was the Brooklyn.
It would have been
or the
over.
Bronx. It would have been a different
It would have
story.
been over. So in the Heights, like there was like gangs and stuff like that, but it was more like, damn, I don't even
They were
know.
the DVPs, DPs,
But like
Latin Kings. It was the
era,
yellows.
at this era, like in the 90s, like I don't know if I was too young to get accustomed to like knowing, but I don't really like. There was just tigres outside. I remember they used to call the dudes in the block un Joe. Es un Joe.
Es un Joe. Yeah.
And I used to ask my father, like, why you call him Joe? Because that's all they say. Yo. I used to be like, oh, that makes sense. I used to be like, okay, that makes sense. And but yeah, like I swear to God, I asked him, I was like, why y'all keep calling him Joe? No, it's like because eso es lo que ellos se paran en la esquina. Yo, es un Joe. Okay.
I love Dominicans.
Yeah,
I love Dominicans.
Yeah, it's hilarious, bro. But
Yo nunca he escuchado eso.
yeah, I swear to God, ask somebody what's the definition of a yo. No, es un Joe.
Oh
Es un
my
Joe.
God, that's a good
Hilarious.
one.
And
But I also think that like even though you were scared at that time with your mom, like they didn't really mess around with like older women. You see what I'm saying? If there was mostly
they respected older women.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that definitely doesn't happen now. People don't give a damn.
They don't
No hay respeto ahora.
Like it's crazy.
It's
how life
crazy.
has
Before there
changed.
was a rule.
Kids and women were off
Limits.
limits.
Off limits.
Off limits.
Even-
Once you turn
even-
13, you might have some shit to worry about.
Yeah. So even
But before that,
yo, let's say you had beef with somebody, if they were there with their family,
you would not do nothing.
nothing.
Now,
It was a code.
I've seen videos of. I'm sorry, I don't even want to talk about that. But I've seen videos where family members are like around with somebody and they will kill the person that they looking for.
They're looking for
in
front of the family.
That's a little like I
O
remember.
peleando mujeres with the
Back in the
kids on their
day,
like
eso no
on
pasaba.
top.
Like,
No.
no se le faltaba respeto a la mujer
Yeah.
y más una mamá.
Nah, mama.
And like kids, like, it was like super off limit. Now, like I feel like people just don't have.
We didn't have much protection from the police back then. Like remember back in those days, the police, we used to have a cop out here that used to run the blocks in the sense that the cops used to go to the drug dealers and be like, yo, if you pay me something or you give me some of your drugs or like you good to go.
Allegedly.
Or
Allegedly.
sometimes you had the police officers run up on drug dealers just to take their shit.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
that
saying?
happened a lot.
You see a lot?
honestly.
So
that happened a lot.
There's police officers that bought houses and shit like that in these neighborhoods. That's funny because the people be like,
and it's crazy because within the past few years, like I want to say like the past 10 years, a lot of these officers been getting caught up though.
yeah,
Because there's a lot of them that I've seen that they were heavily in the street.
yep.
And they was living like those two different lives. And
But they don't
and
do it.
some of them got
I don't
caught
think
up.
they do that anymore. It
No,
wasn't-
pero que
you'd be
the cops now are
surprised.
just
Yeah,
getting
but you'd be
caught.
I'd be
bro.
surprised. Probably in certain
You'd be surprised
neighborhoods.
because you gotta understand, like, this is New York City, bro.
Yeah.
Like this city, bro, and I visit so many other places. Like there is literally nothing like New York City, bro. Like
I
you
agree.
have a downtown area that is predominantly white,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Wall Street and all that.
Yeah.
And then the more you start trickling up, that's when you start seeing like the difference in cultures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you go to Queens, there's a lot of Middle Easterns in Queens.
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying? So this
The
is
Colombians,
like
the Colombians be over there too.
Yeah, like this is the one city that is that diverse.
We're a
Because I've
melting
been to
pot of
LA. Y'all know you
cultures.
lived in LA
Yeah, yeah.
too. Like I went to LA, man, and let me tell you something. LA is a beautiful place. It's very spacious, but the Dominicans in LA are completely different from the Dominicans
claro.
in New York City,
Claro,
bro.
claro.
Completely different. Like it was a culture shock when I went over
Would you
there
see
for me.
yourself living there?
No.
Yo
No.
tampoco. Like I feel like I would like to go work. Pero no viví.
I applaud you. How long were you there for?
Shit. LA, I was 8 years, but like 10
I
years in
applaud
San
you
Diego.
for that because I don't think I would have been able to do that. Like I was there for a few days and I was like, I just can't see myself. Dude.
They always
you
come
mean-
back.
I think
can't.
it's different if you're part of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
the thing is, the quality of life you get in LA, like, is different, bro. Like, to be honest, we just did the Dominican parade, whatever. Like, bro, that was the best time of my motherfucking life.
That's what I'm saying.
And let me tell you something. When we went to La Marina, you were walking out, you were leaving. I went to La Marina and I was standing there and I was like that energy and they played Los Olivos.
You feel like you're back home in DR. Like it feels like that.
And I was like, I walked out, bro. That night when I went home, I was like, I can't believe I spent all this time away from my people. That this
Estaba
It
como
makes
un
you feel
niño.
guilty. It makes you feel guilty,
so
bro.
Yeah.
guilty, bro.
It makes you feel guilty because I could relate because I went to college. I was in Buffalo for 5 years. There's no Dominicans in Buffalo.
It was in Buffalo.
Yeah, I went to Buffalo for school, and like, if there's any Hispanic culture in Buffalo, it's probably predominantly Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
And even they are like more Americanized.
Yeah.
Like
And
they-
Puerto Ricans are closest to us.
That's like our
cousins.
cousins. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I always say that. That's like our cousin, like our culture is our cousin. But like in Buffalo, it was so crazy for me because like I remember I first got there and I'm looking up Dominican restaurants and it just says 473 miles away. I'm like, nigga, that's back
What?
home. Hey, like, what the fuck are you talking
They
about?
just gave me my mother's
That
address.
shit had me pissed off. So I'm like, oh my God, like the culture is like so minimal here. So it was like a big culture shock for me. And like to get adjusted to that, it was crazy. And I was there only for basketball. That's the only reason I was able to stick through that.
So
If I was there like on my, I would have been left.
Been
bro.
left.
Been left.
I-
I felt like that when I got back. I was like, I started doing like things for the coach. I started going to Que Lo Que. I started going, and I was like, yo, bro, what the
That's
hell was
beautiful.
I
And it's
doing?
beautiful.
I was like, what the fuck was I doing over there for this long?
Jose, and shout out to Jose from
Bruh.
Que Lo
Yeah,
Que.
amazing.
I know
bro.
Jose
I love
for
him.
years.
I know him for a very long time too.
That
like Apartment
escuela back in
78
exacto,
days.
Apartment 78, that was our
Amazing
spot.
individual, man.
We were like the hood celebrities. Apartment 78 felt like you're going to your cousin's house.
Yeah.
Like,
It's necessary for the because I feel like a lot. There's been a lot of shifts in Dominicans. We grew up dancing, bro. That was like something que era normal.
You know what the crazy shit is? Like, and I feel like you gotta come from like a Caribbean culture to understand this for the most part. I was dating this one girl. She wasn't Caribbean at all. But you know, like we grew up like that. Like we grew up in a house like where if our aunt is there, we might smack her ass while she's walking.
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
That's not disrespectful to us.
Yeah.
When we dance, we might be mad clothes, like,
Yeah.
like with our aunts and like with our cousins. And
Yeah,
stuff. But
cousins,
we don't-
yeah.
But this is our culture. Like,
it's just,
and I was dating this one girl. She couldn't understand that culture because her culture was completely different from that.
where was she from? Like, what's her
She
background?
was Albanian.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, bruh. And this happened when I was like a freshman in high school, a freshman in college. No, a freshman.
So what? Like you were dancing with a family member? She was like,
She's like, what the hell is that?
"Are you serious?
Why are you dry humping your cousin?
You were dancing with bachata?
That's a merengue, like a típico.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, you know, you get real close and it's like, and she was like, oh no, I don't like that. I was like, bitch, you could go. The fuck is you talking about? I'm not gonna change my whole culture because you don't like it. What the
Yeah,
hell?
it's true. It's true.
You know how many? Yo, I grew up with Africans and Jamaicans. Those are like my main friends growing up when I was like in
y peor.
and they dance the shit better than me.
Yeah.
They dance my music like you see them at the baby showers of my family eating the pastelito, everything. That's one of my grandmother's stuff, and they love it.
They love it. You
They
know what? I
love
also
it.
noticed like black folks. You ever taught a black person like American dance merengue?
They got
They
rhythm.
know how to dance.
Immediately.
They got rhythm over.
Did you
like-
not see even at the parade the way that a lot of those guys were Black
They
Americans
got
on our
rhythm.
floats?
Rip,
Or
like-
rip, they got rhythm. Like and
motherfucker, you
for
Dominican.
me, like I embrace that. Like even like I remember I was in college and my coach was from Nigeria,
Yeah.
right? And I'm somebody that I do research and like I know where our ancestors
Of
come
course,
from, bro.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like I am fully aware, you know.
Yeah.
So I just be wanting to tap into like those kind of roots, right? And I remember I went to his house and we ate like like an African family would
Did you have
eat.
fufu?
Fufu, we had jollof, we had a whole bunch, and then we're sitting on the ground and we're eating like with our hands and stuff. And I was like, yo, this is beautiful.
Oh, that's dope.
I was like, this is beautiful. Like,
And fufu is plátano, ain't it?
Eso, they do it out of plátano
like-
or yuca.
yeah,
They have
but
different.
it's
It's like a mango.
Honestly, African food is probably one of my favorite food. As
For
far
real?
as taste,
Yeah, it's so good.
What?
Does it beat our food?
It's
I'm just biased
different.
because, but their food
it's
is
good.
very different though.
Okay.
Like
it's
I feel like you have to
flavorful.
try their food. Like it's a lot of spices in there.
Mhm.
Like it's like honestly, their jollof is like our locrio.
Exacto.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
but
yeah.
honestly, like I had a few friends like in college. They was Nigerian, and they used to put me on to like a lot. And I used to just soak all that stuff in. And I wanted to learn, and I wanted. So I don't understand people that don't want to learn about like this Dominican culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like if it's somebody you dating, if they feel some type of way about you dancing with your aunt,
Cause they
or
hold.
like, fuck you.
Yeah,
bitch. Like,
I grew up dancing with my sisters. This is normal.
What
And,
the hell
you
are
know,
you
I
talking
remember.
about?
I remember, like, you know what I used to do? I used to play bachata, merengue at the house, just because I wanted to like start like a little party, right? And it would be just me and my sisters and my mom and my dad. And I used to be like, I'm gonna put esta bachata because I'm like, I know if I put these certain songs, they're
Yeah.
gonna start
They
dancing,
gonna feel that.
See,
and it will be just the five of us dancing here in this living room, bro. And it would just
Right.
be a party of 5 people, and we'll have the best time of our
time.
lives. And I remember, and sometimes I will go to a party, like a Dominican party. I'll bring a little CD because back in the days it was a CD, and I'll have like
we had the book. Remember the book?
the book. But I used to burn my own shit for real. Yeah.
Yo, these little motherfuckers do not know where we had to go,
Bro, and then you put a CD in, and you know I'll switch up the genre every 2 songs, and then I'll play salsa, bachata, merengue, and just to get people dancing, and then it will be the best parties,
and it will always work.
and it will work, and everybody's the dancing was like, and I used to be like, how does other culture do it? Like this can't be only us
No,
type thing,
bro. Like if you like, that's one thing I learned like about like the African roots and like just Nigerian people in general. Like they party just like we fucking party.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Like it's like you see how we be at a colmado in DR.
Yeah.
They're in their village and they're fucking everybody's like eating from a cocinado that they made for the village and they're playing their instruments and
No
everybody's
way.
just dancing. That's why they have so much rhythm, bro. We come from there. A lot
From
of
that.
us come from that root.
Yeah.
I checked,
You know what
and
I'm saying?
I'm definitely 48%.
Bro, like
from
we
West
literally
Africa.
come from that
I am
root.
48%
So
West
when,
African.
when I see Jamaicans or Africans or anybody in the Caribbean dance and they're able to dance our music, if you want, you'll be able to dance,
Their music too.
of course, because
Claro.
you have the same
They're the
rhythm.
same roots. Yeah.
Everything with them is hips and
Yes.
like you know, like movimiento and stuff. So we carry a lot of it.
Of course,
because
it was
that is our root. bro.
It's all from the transatlantic slave trade. Like even black folks here, it was a boat. It's just black folks here and the Caribbeans won't both stop away. Matter of fact, we
Bro,
got
literally, we just got dropped off in that island.
in that island.
You know what I'm saying? But we all got gathered up from this one place,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they started
La
shipping
Hispaniola
motherfuckers
was just
out,
the first
Spain
stop.
and this, that. You know what I'm saying? But it just so happened that we come from that root,
That
right?
root, yeah,
and
yeah.
then we diversed into becoming part of a Dominican culture.
Cool. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now that's in our blood, but our roots come from Africa, bro.
That's
Like a lot of
true.
people don't like to accept
And,
that.
yeah.
And I don't understand people. And I understand like there's Dominicans that are like as white as a carton of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are,
Some of our
but
cousins,
it's not
right?
the majority.
It's not the
It's not
majority.
majority. The thing is, the caste system, the rest of the world I feel like the rest of the world is they built on the caste system. It's like hay que mejorar la raza. It's like, you know, whiter, you have a better life, right? You see what I'm saying? So if you look at novelas, every novela, not only in Latin American culture, but like if you look at Indian, you look at Turkish, Middle Eastern, it's always the white ones.
The lighter,
Yeah.
the
lighter.
lighter, yeah, the
I
lightest
think-
complexion. But
What separated the United
That's
States
wild.
of America was that they had the one drop rule. We didn't have the one drop rule. Ours was just like you have to become hay que mejorar la raza type shit, right? I think what benefited the United States of America was the separation. With the saying like, yo, you know what? If you have a little bit of black, you're black. You're just black. So what happened is that they segregated everyone. That in the 60s, the civil rights movements, a lot of people like James Brown came out, I'm black and I'm proud. So all these black folks were like, you know what? Let me wear my natural hair way before any other Afro-Latinos ever did anything. Afro-Latino is becoming like, yeah, we've been talking about it since the 1600s about Afro-Latinidad, right?
Yeah.
But right now is more of a broad conversation, but still baby.
yeah,
It's still. But I'm excited for the next generation. We're talking like if you see TikToks, the next generation of Dominicans, they're mostly talk about their blackness and accepting
I
it.
just like that. I just like that in that sense. Like a lot of us, because there's a lot of us that already had accepted that, but it was good to see like the youth being able to embrace that.
And it's mostly
because-
educated. You know, it's like more educated
and
person.
I honestly love that, bro, because I feel like in that generation and that era, we didn't have the means to like kind of like look stuff like this up. We just rolled with the
We
punches.
didn't have the
We
internet
literally just
like
rolled
that.
with the punches.
Yeah.
This is what we know, and then but like years later, you get older, you want to like kind of like research and have knowledge on this stuff, and I just like that they're doing that for themselves. Nobody got to sit there and try to push that narrative to them, and like they're understanding like, okay, we come from this root, and some of us made diverse to other places in the world, and that's fine, but we got to understand where we really, really, really come from.
I think the only way that we can make a change is like learn from what Black Americans did. What Afro Latinos need to do is create the music. There's also past Afro Latinos. We talk about Ismael Rivera from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
He's like, La cara linda de mi gente negra. Beautiful song. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, no le pega la negra. So we have to still continue creating, you know, even the work that we do as comedians. We need to be like, okay, if we make movies and TV shows, we need to highlight the blackness and put it in a beautiful light.
Bro, yeah.
Right?
And like just info, because at the end of the day, it's informational stuff that people, a lot of people just don't know because they just don't want to take the time to go learn it.
But the
like,
thing is that people don't read no more.
That's the thing too, and like I honestly like that's one of my favorite things to do. Like, I feel like reading just helps. It just helps you intellectually, like in so many fucking ways. Like, and like to me, like that's my pastime. Like whenever I'm on a train that I know I got an hour ride, I'm gonna read. That train about to feel like 20 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm learning.
You're learning. You're one of the few people that actually read nowadays. Bro.
I love reading, bro. And I
is
love
so
reading from a
fundamental.
book. Like I don't want to read from my phone and I'm
Bruh.
buying a book
Bella,
on my
doesn't that feel
phone. Like, that's
weird?
just so stupid to me.
Where do you
'Cause
write your
there's so
jokes?
many
I'm
other- there's
sorry.
so many
Talking about that. Like you like to read. Do you write your jokes on your phone or do you?
This is the crazy part. Don't kill me for this. I don't write. I write topics.
Okay.
And have subtopics.
Okay.
From that, I just go to the show, see the dynamic of the show, and just try to because I caught myself in the beginning just trying to be one dimensional with like everything that I was doing, right? Like as far as jokes and stuff. Oh, I don't care who's in the crowd, I'm gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I just gotta see what I have in the crowd. Cause I remember I did a show downtown. It's probably like my 4th show ever. And when I get there, there's not one Dominican in sight.
So you had to read the room real quick, huh?
Yeah.
So had I not gotten there early, bro, I would have bombed the fuck out of that set.
Yeah.
So I get there early to like view some of the other comics, and I'm looking in the room, and I'm like, yo, there's nobody.
What they're laughing about? Yeah.
There's nobody here to see me though. Like, there's nobody that's gonna relate to what I'm saying. So I'm there, and I'm like, okay, so now I have to twist my whole dynamic into relationships and growing up in New York City. That was my whole set. The train stations, the commute, the inflation, relationships, and I had a smash set.
Good.
Amazing set.
And not a lot of people could do some shit like that.
And
Like,
that's what I
because it
realized.
takes a level of being present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. You gotta care about the product you're
Yes.
putting out, bro.
Oh,
Like I try to tell
yes.
these people all the time, like, even if you pride yourself on not writing, it's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But know what you're gonna talk about when you go up there.
Mm-hmm.
Have a clue. I love how you do comedy. You know
Thank you,
why?
brother.
Because you're somebody that you have your topics, but you're tapping into these crowds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Nueva York is amazing at that.
Yeah.
Like
just
you,
natural.
you guys are like the two main people that I've seen that can crowd surf
Yeah.
the fuck out of a show and forget about your set.
Mm-hmm.
And use that shit tomorrow if you want. But I've seen that with my own two eyes,
Thank
and
you,
I feel
brother.
like that shit is important. You can't just be one dimensional to like. I remember we would book a lot of like shows where it would only features like a Dominican crowd,
Yeah.
and I started fucking spazzing on these guys. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. If you want to be great, you gotta at least
You can't only be funny to a
to
Dominican,
a Dominican
crowd.
Nah.
That is
Thank you.
impossible.
Nah. Yo.
You want to be mainstream, you want to be big time, you got to be funny to everybody, whether it's Indians, whether it's Asians, whether it's Hispanics, whether it's African, Jamaicans, they don't matter. You want to be funny to everybody. You want everybody to be able to relate to you. Because then when everybody relates to you, we can do what we were talking about and it's
Exacto.
put our culture out.
Out there. Yeah.
Now
like,
they understand
because
our culture.
it's a human experience. Like, you know, I'm on Broadway, and in Broadway there's no Dominicans. So I gotta figure out like what is it that I could do as I could talk about being American. I do talk a little bit more about politics, but I'm trying to like throttle back a little bit, right?
That's a tough topic.
Because that's a tough topic. I could see certain crowds will alienate them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, you know, one thing I appreciate about California is that there was no Dominicans there like that. So it was like my crowd was mostly, Latino, but I get like Mexicans, Peruvians and stuff like that. I would tour with Aida, and Aida gets more of a black crowd. So I'm like, perform more of a black crowd,
Yeah.
right? Doing the clubs out here, like Harlem is a black crowd. I'm like, okay, I could see what
And that's what I'm
black
used to
folks like.
performing. Black and our Dominicans.
Yeah.
Dominicans, and over there you get more touristy and I love that Broadway. You could get like a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
not a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah.
from New York, so but I'm like, okay, if you're making these people laugh, you're talking about these people showing up from Boston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
bro.
people showing up from the
From
South.
all over the
Bro,
world.
we've had people who show up from North Carolina all the way to New York for a show.
for the show.
And I'm like, why did you come out here? They were like, we don't know you guys gonna come to North Carolina, so we'd rather just
How does
like-
that
Yes,
feel? How
It's
does that feel?
amazing because this is
Yeah.
the thing, bro. Like, it's one thing to be able to make people laugh on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
It is a different feeling to be able to put those faces that's on your phone into seats.
Mm.
To
Yeah.
actually sit there and come watch you. Like, it's an amazing feeling. Like, I'm truly humbled, bro. Like,
Well,
They're like, yo,
Like,
we drove 100 miles to come see
like,
you.
it's wild. But like, I'm pretty sure you guys get those messages too. Like you get the, yo man, you don't know how much you make my day. I'm going
Yeah.
through something tough right now.
Yeah.
So that keeps you like going.
Going.
Like that's like literally fuel to like for your car or like like that's fuel to me. Like
No, agreed.
So when I get those type of messages and I see like people travel, that's why I feel like I like to feel like I like my followers or the supporters feeling like I have a relationship with them.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's what they want.
You can come here.
Yeah, you could
talk
come
to
and you
me.
could talk to me.
You
They
can
feel
sit
like
here
because
and
they feel like
talk.
they know you. When people stop me, they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
bro.
I've seen you for years, guys."
I've gotten that a million times. I
Yeah.
feel like I know you.
I feel you,
already.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
also,
because they're so accustomed to like seeing you and you do something for them.
yes,
You know how
you're
special-
providing a
You
service.
know how special it is, bro, for you to just for somebody to scroll through an Instagram and see your face
Yeah.
and start laughing right away.
Yeah. Mira, oye esto.
Bro,
And they
the-
show it with the other.
Pero que
The
well,
biggest
I love
remedy-
seeing you get your flowers. I love seeing you get your flowers. And you saw how we were all, everyone,
yeah.
like it's the Dominican Day, I know a lot of people went up to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw and you saw
Y
how
también,
people...
yeah.
Y uno como que me da una cosa que yo, like watching it, like watching you receive it, watching
Yo,
you receive it.
a mí me dieron un complemento the day of the parade, right?
Mhm.
And the compliment I got this compliment from an artist. Ella estaba aquí, se llama J Noah. She does
Oh
rap.
yes, she's so
amazing.
cute.
She sounds
amazing.
familiar.
She's so,
She's
she
from
was
DR.
at Café Colmado.
She's the one that she
La
raps
morenita.
fast.
La morenita, sí.
Morenita. She's amazing,
Yeah,
right? Entonces ella llegó, ella estaba en el flow de nosotros. Y yo la estoy acechando desde hace rato. And I'm like, yo, I like her style. Like,
Yeah.
como ella se maneja, me gusta como ella, su vibra, me gusta. Entonces yo no le digo nada, yo la grabo un par de veces, entonces se termina la parada y el production del team de ella está ahí y yo me pongo a hablar con ella al lado. Y ella me dice a mí, yo estaba preguntando a los chamacos porque tú tienes una aura de pinga.
Mhm.
Tiene una hora de pinga.
Una aura,
De
esa
pinga.
aura tuya, tú tienes una aura.
De pinga.
And she was like, yo, esta aura tuya está. And I was like, that is probably the best compliment I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah. That's a good
Because she didn't
compliment.
speak about my looks. She didn't speak about...
She's talking about your energy.
Tu
flow.
Tu vibra.
Tu vibra. Yeah.
So that's when I realized, like, coño, like, it goes a long way when somebody comes and is a support and they come
Damn,
talk
that's a
to
good
you
compliment.
and you don't give them a cold shoulder.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like comments of like certain people, let's say under their own post that people will be bashing like they ain't shit. I try to say hi to them and they kept pushing.
Me ha pasado con gente that and even someone that you had mentioned. I'm not gonna call his name out because I still respect what they have done. Pero que there's this weird. No lo voy a decir porque ahorita vamos. Pero like it came to the point that I was like, yo,
we need enemies.
My friend.
One of the laws of power is if you don't have any enemies, make them.
I feel like I ain't doing shit right. I don't got not one enemy yet.
No enemies.
No, I observed.
Who was it,
yo lo que
Vladimir?
digo, no. It was somebody even bigger. Somebody bigger up.
Es el mejor.
And I was like, yo, my friend wants to pick. And he was just like...
Yeah.
And then
I don't like shit
then
like
he
that.
watched us stand there,
Yeah.
I'm there with like a basketball player. I'm there with Whoopi Goldberg's family. Like he don't even know who I'm with.
Yeah.
You know that I'm like, yo, these people actually like this person. They wanted a quick pick.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know him? I'm like, well, I know of him. He knows. We've said hello mad times. We worked the comedy circles. Let me try. Y a mí no me gusta de que joder a la gente, de que for pictures, but I did it because my friends wanted it.
Know,
Él no dejó ahí, se fue para dentro del sitio.
You know what's the worst thing that somebody could do with this whole social media stuff? Is let it get to their head. Because right now, we're all blessed to be able to do this.
To take control of our career.
Right? We're blessed to do that. But we don't own these fucking apps, man.
Nope.
If they decided right now
to shut the shit
like they
down,
was about to just shut TikTok down, there's gonna be a lot of people just because they was full of shit and they want to build relationship with motherfuckers that's gonna
they're gonna shit out of luck.
Bro, and it's like that's why it's so important for me. Like, I'd rather build a relationship with you, bro.
And
let's grow from that.
And you know what? I wish a lot of people understood that. And I feel like I know a lot of people that got into their heads, even working at Pero Like, there's people that are part of Pero Like that you'd be like, damn, what you see is what you get. Cool people on and off the camera.
Never meet your hero.
You know, but there's other people that you're like, okay, this is a caricature of a person that when it comes off camera, this person is really high and mighty, rude. You see what I'm saying?
And I've met tons
of people like that, and they don't notice it. No,
they think they're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, for me, I'm the type of person, si tú me apoyas, si alguien dice, Gadiel, yo he visto tu video, oh, I saw you. Somebody sends me, they send me DMs and go like, Gadiel, I saw you and I didn't say hi to you because I was nervous. I was like, you see me and you fucking support my work. You come over and you say hi to me.
For sure.
Salúdennos cuando ustedes no vean, no tengan vergüenza.
A veces yo entiendo a la gente because a veces, as much as you may not want to look at it like that, or Rose may not want to look at, or me, because I don't want to say we're humble because I hate people that say that about themselves. I'm a humble person. I got a good heart. We're lenient people. Let's say, right? But you're not necessarily looking at the impact you got.
Como que no nos damos cuenta.
It's hard because you're the one that's in it. You're the one providing this stuff. So it's hard for you to understand how people view you. You will never be able to see that, how people see you from their light. So it's sometimes I can understand when somebody be like, coño, yo te vi, pero me dio miedo.
Good point.
It's like that day they came out their house, they was not expecting to see God.
Yeah.
¿Tú me entiendes? So, vamos a decir, this morning I just watched your video, tú me pasas por el lado. Me va a dar un ataque. Me va a dar un ataque. So sometimes I understand, and I always try to hit them with those same messages, like, coño, no, la próxima vez que tú me veas, salúdame. Salúdame. Y a veces la gente me tira para mamá, yo vi a tu mamá, saluda a esa mujer, que esa mujer es corita. Si tú no le vas a venir a ella con una energía mala, ella te la va a recibir bien.
Es verdad.
¿Tú me entiendes? Pero it's hard. I can understand when people say that because like for me, one of my favorite artists or actors
Okay.
is Johnny Depp.
Okay.
If I see that nigga walk, I might faint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I might DM him like, yo, I saw you in 34th Street, but you know, tú me entiendes? Like, it's a different feeling. Like, and then Johnny Depp, I know I might not ever see him.
Okay.
They know it's a possibility to run into you.
Yeah.
But even knowing the possibility, they don't expect that.
Yeah.
So when they actually see it, they're like, fuck, that's him.
That's true.
You feel me?
That's
so
true.
I understand it in that sense, bro. You like
Yeah.
you have a
and also
real
people don't know
power.
how you're gonna react because they forget
Yeah.
they're like, oh wait, I only see this person on social media. I don't know how they're
Yeah.
gonna be in person.
I was at Keloke yesterday, and like when I walk into Keloke, I'm pretty sure you probably got that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like everybody's like, yo, okay.
Se volvieron
Entonces,
locos.
cuando yo llego a Keloke, usually we sit like at the back. For me to get from the front to the back, it takes me 40 minutes.
No way.
Because I'm literally with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I don't say no to nobody, right? I don't say no to
me
a
neither.
soul.
Me
Yeah.
And then somebody came up to me at the end. Yo le dije, yo quería venir a tirarme una foto, pero yo vi que todo el mundo te estaba. Yo pensé, tú eres un ser humano. Yo le dije, mi amor,
Ajá.
tú me apoyas a mí, mi contenido.
Sí.
Sí. Yo te veo, yo soy loca contigo. Mira, me enseñó el DM llena de los videos míos mandándoselo a la pana. I was like, ven a tirarte la foto y te voy a hacer un video. de yo ahora
Beautiful.
mismo.
Es verdad.
Pero I understand when people be like, yo, man, that's a human being. I don't want to just be. Because
They probably
there's
be like,
other
yeah.
people, like, vamos a decir, like, just like we have real support, there's other people that feel entitled to you doing that. That's one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't say no to people, but like, if I'm like walking with my mom, or like I got the babies, like my nieces and my nephew with me, I'm going to say no to people.
Yeah.
You're gonna get on your Eminem?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no to people just because I am trying to protect them.
Yeah.
¿Tú me entiendes? That's the only time.
Nah,
si yo estoy comiendo una vaina y tú
yeah.
me paras a mí de que tú puedes esperar que yo termine de comer. So as far as stuff like that, there's people that's entitled. I remember, bro, and I don't know, like I'm pretty sure you got this shit too, and you're a female, you get this, but we get sexualized too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's stuff that's happened to me at shows, bro, that I don't even speak about. Like wild ass.
Can we speak a little
shit.
bit about
Yeah,
that? Because
we
I
wanna
say
know.
it all the time. This is my joke when I
I've
when I
had
see y'all.
wild ass shit happen to me that like.
Se le tiran
No, y te
encima.
agarran por
Y
todos
te
lados.
agarran,
A mí me han
¿verdad?
agarrado, manito, hasta la vida.
¿Qué?
Yeah, pero a mí me gusta.
Yo, eso one. I feel like as a female, females we don't got men trying to touch us like that. But you guys, I see it. I
You know,
look at
I've had that shit, bro. And like,
I don't complain.
this is the thing, man. Like, one,
Espérate, que este
nah,
todavía
that's
está.
crazy. But one, like, out of the blue, like, I remember I'm interviewing somebody at an event. Y vienen por atrás, me agarran and I'm like,
Pero estaba buena.
no.
Ese fue el problema.
It's not even about that. It's not even about that. I felt violated. Bro.
A mí no
I was
me
like-
gusta que me toquen.
I
I'm
was
gonna
like,
be
bro,
honest.
what the
Porque no
hell? So
estaba
I
buena.
told the security guard, I was like, yo, bro, you're supposed to be watching this shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Security también te lo agarró.
No, y él está como, like, he's like in shock, like. And I'm like, bro, if this shit happens again, I'm stopping the interviews. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Okay, so real question.
But who was it?
Have
Like,
you
was it
dated,
like a-
have
like
you
somebody
dated
walking
a supporter? Have you dated a supporter from a show?
Dated a supporter?
Yeah,
from
like
the
have
show.
you taken it to that level? Because I know, you know, you guys, I love all my friends, all my guy friends. Those are my brothers.
Damn, like you
But
mean
I
like,
know
like,
some
you
of
mean
y'all-
like you mean like met at the show and then like
See?
No, like you met her at the
No.
show and then you slept with them.
No, bro.
Yeah, I didn't want
Never?
to say it like that.
I haven't done that.
Oh.
Yo, te aplaudo.
I haven't done that.
No comment.
Te digo, you know?
Now I feel like an asshole. Claro, que yo, y es fácil, sí, coño.
No, yo
Y
no
son
he hecho
unos
eso.
tú no
cuantos que yo
trabajas.
sé que
Para
han
eso tú no
hecho
trabajas.
eso. And
No,
I
y yo-
worry,
y
I
yo en
worry. I'll be like,
en
nah,
verdad,
tengan
Para
cuidado.
más decirte la verdad, gracias a Dios, a mí.
Yeah.
Cuando yo tengo shows, digo, para mí, que me vienen my shows be like 90% women.
Yeah.
Exacto.
Like literally, a mí no me vienen a ver los tigres, yo no sé por qué. Tigres, vengan a verme.
No, encojonarse lo que van a
Apoya
estar
este
ellos.
hombre.
Este hombre está muy
Pero
hermoso.
entonces
aquí.
yo ahí con todas esas mujeres y ustedes sin llegar.
Es verdad, tiene que ir para allá. Hay muchas mujeres, sí.
Then you gotta start making announcements like that.
No es que announcement del diablo, porque a mí no me gusta hacer announcement así, porque después los tigres van con mala intención.
Oh,
¿Tú me entiendes lo que yo te digo?
sí,
Yo quiero que los
sí.
tigres vayan porque ellos
¿Y
quieren.
qué quiere decir? Que la
Y
quiere
después que
pasar.
se den cuenta, ok, esta vaina está de pinga. Pero si yo te digo a ti, Gadiel, venga, aquí pila
Hay
de...
muchas mujeres.
Tú vas para allá con
Y
la
los
vaina en la
tigres,
mano.
y los tigres no están viendo el show, pero el tipo es un hablador. ¿Dónde
Yo
está,
sé-
¿dónde está la mujer? Y no veo
It's
la
like-
mujer aquí.
It's like when you invite your thirsty ass friend to church.
That's true. That's
There's
true.
gonna
Hay
be hoes
mujeres. I done that when I was a kid.
there. There's gonna be hoes there.
I got a friend like that, bro.
Like, there's gonna be
I'm like-
hoes there, bro. Like, Papa Dios gonna violate you, bro.
Bro, I got a dude that was like, yo, like, I'm like, yo, let's go to eat at a Brazilian restaurant. He goes like, oh, I love Brazilian hoes. I'm like,
Todo is getting ready for the kill.
bro,
Oh shit, bro.
I was just trying to go to
Like,
fucking
bro,
Fogo de
like,
Chao, bro.
Nosotros vamos a comer.
Yeah, comer Fogo
Yo,
de
that's
Chao.
what I'm trying to eat. Get it?
Nah. People.
And I'm like, bro, I'm like, yeah. And the other day I was like, oh yeah, let's go. You know, this is Mexican spot. Oh, I love Mexican bitches. And I was like, bro, just don't call them bitches. Please don't call them. This is not calling bitches. Well, what you want me to say? Women? I'm like, yeah.
That's the actual term.
That's a term.
That's the actual term, bro.
Nah, fuck these hoes. Yeah.
Oh man.
Qué vaina.
You were talking about earlier about what I like is when you got here, talk about the trending. There's a trending thing where men are calling their boys, but like, yo, to say
Why are we
goodnight.
so guarded, bro?
Yeah, we are. I feel like as men we're guarded, but like explain what the trend that you were talking
So the
about.
trend is basically you'll call your friend, your
Uh-huh.
boy, like your guy, and late at night, 10, 11 at night, and you're doing some simple ass shit, just wishing him a good night. And men are so guarded that we take that a type of way. But I was trying to do it, and then I figured out my friends are just probably a little bit too.
Yo,
mad.
can we do it right now? Can you just call Nueva York right now? I just want to
Tell
see.
them good night. I fucking
No, I just want to see how your afternoon.
Call one
good
of your
afternoon.
boys right now and just be like, I'm just calling to tell you I love you.
Yeah, I just want to see how your morning went.
Let's
How did
see
you
how that
wake up
goes.
today? Yeah, how did you wake up? I love you.
I don't know. Let me see if they pick
Oh,
up.
this is gonna be
I'm gonna
good.
do that too. We're gonna try to just call a
Oh
random.
my
friend.
God.
Let me see. Probably gonna be mad worried. Like, are you okay? Probably might not pick up.
Pick up. What time is it?
He's probably at work.
It's 12:48.
He's not gonna pick up.
He ain't gonna pick up.
Yeah.
He working. People
you
be
gotta try
working.
one more person. Come on, think
me
of
see.
one more
One more
person.
person. We gotta see
Let me see.
what's gonna be the reaction.
The $1 million prize. You know not to call that person if you ever need a lifeline.
Te jodiste.
Te jodiste.
Oh fuck.
Y Joel.
Joel is at work too.
Ivan.
Ivan will probably pick up.
He's gaming right now.
Ivan would definitely probably pick up. That's my guy. Yo, my brother.
Talk to me.
How you doing, bro?
Aquí fajado, tirando tiro.
Yeah. Nada, más te estoy llamando para desearte a good week and for you to have a great afternoon, my brother.
Hey, cuidado. Yo lo quiero a usted más que usted a mí, yo.
Por eso que yo te digo, I love you.
I appreciate you too, pa.
You're ready.
¿Tú vas a estar, are we meeting for the video for Thursday or no?
Yeah, we should. We should do that Thursday.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you around, pa. I love you.
Love you, pa.
Yo-
Tranquilo por ahí.
You already know.
Shout
out to Ivan Manito. My friends are too nice, bro. Like my friends, like I'm telling you, I tried the good night stuff, and I called one of my boys, Brian, and I'm like, yo, it's fucking late at night. I'm trying to sound drowsy on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro, yeah. I'm just calling you, man, to wish you sweet dreams and a good night.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, my boy, thank you, man. I was like, what the I'm like, this is not going how I planned it to go. Like, this shit is not working.
I think with Caribbean men, especially the Dominican Puerto Ricans, from what I know of, I could call any Dominican right now, or one of my boys, but if I call them, be like, yo, I'm just calling to say good night. They'll be like, yo, good night to you too, my brother. If I say I love you, I'll be like, yo, I just calling to tell you I love you. They'll be like, coño, yo te quiero.
Manito, te quiero.
It's so normal for me to hang up the phone with my friend and be like, yo, te quiero. It could be a guy, it could be a woman.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you.
That's like a way to
I tell, honestly, like, I'm mad prideful about, like, my friends and shit, the people that I keep around me. So if I have you around, yo te tengo amor.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to say that. Like, I never felt no type of way of telling somebody, yo te quiero,
yo te
manito,
quiero,
yo te amo, mi hermano.
Claro.
Tú me entiendes, te aprecio.
Yes.
But there's people that they feel weird about that. And that's not me. I don't know.
Yo, I love us. Look, I love us.
Yo lo quiero a ustedes.
Yo te quiero a ti. Yo te quiero a ti.
Well, with that, I appreciate you coming through.
Man, thank you so much, bro.
Is there anything you want to let the people know, like where to catch you at? Like, what's the next show?
I got a few shows this month. I'm actually with you this weekend. That's going to be amazing. DR vs. PR. If you guys haven't checked that show out, I advise you guys to check it out. The whole entire card is just strictly Dominican and Puerto Rican comics. With that being said, it doesn't mean that the comedy isn't all Spanish. It just means we come from this culture and we're trying to push forward. So come, man. It's an amazing show. It's going to be at Captain Kirk's. Me and Gadiel will be there.
I'm hosting.
Shout out to my brother in Nueva York for putting it together. And the 15th and the 16th, it would be lovely to see you there. We're the 14th in Puerto Plata. And then the ending of the month, we'll actually go to Florida next week. So we'll be touring in Florida. Next week, Tampa and Miami.
Doopy wants me to go out there in November.
Florida is an amazing. You will fucking kill up.
I'm down. I think I got a standing ovation in Florida.
Yeah, bro. November, you're making plans.
Literally, Orlando, Tampa, Miami.
I'm with
Fort
it.
Myers, you will fucking go crazy.
I would love
it. Like that.
No vamos para allá.
Yeah, I'm with that. Nueva York is somebody that's like really like he has a good show in Miami too. At Arielito. And bro, people show up for
pues vamos para allá.
People show up for him. So yeah, that's all for me.
Lo mismo, la gente estamos aquí presente. We're going to keep showing up for Gadiel. Aquí con el podcast. We're going to be making some rounds. The Say Something comedy show is coming back September 20th. Let me know the type of comics you want me to have on stage. Y yo lo mismo también voy a estar rompiendo. Nos fuimos.
Señores, thank you for joining us in this conversation. If you like the conversation, keep it going on the comments. I read them. Make sure to subscribe. So the more you subscribe, give us 5 stars and all the platforms. And if you do so, it helps the podcast. Thank you for being part. This is only the beginning. And let me know what you want to see for the next episode. Lo quiero mucho. La pase bien.